where success can be built in an instant, it can also be destroyed just as quickly. Mark Ejiofor was a man of integrity, with everything he had worked for within his grasp. But one false accusation turned his life upside down, leading him down a path of betrayal, loss, and despair. This is a story of how one lie can break a person, and how the truth often comes too late. Mark Ejiofor was a picture of success, a young, ambitious man thriving in the heart of Abuja, Nigeria's bustling capital. He had built a respectable career, maintained a stable home with his wife, Ruby, and was widely regarded as a man of integrity. But in a single moment, everything collapsed. One fateful morning, Mark arrived at work as usual, unaware that his life was about to take a disastrous turn. A female colleague approached him, requesting his assistance with her computer in her office. Unbeknownst to Mark, she had already unplugged the CCTV cameras, ensuring that whatever transpired next would have no recorded evidence. As soon as Mark stepped into her office, she began screaming, tearing at her clothes in a frantic display. Alarmed, security personnel and other employees rushed in. Amidst her furious sobbing, she pointed at Mark and accused him of rape. The room fell into stunned silence. Mark, overwhelmed by confusion, tried to explain, but his words meant nothing against the hysteria of a distressed woman. He was immediately arrested. After hours of interrogation and statements, Mark was released on bail, but the damage had already been done. The news spread like wildfire, twisting the narrative further with rumors and exaggerations. When he arrived home, hoping to find solace, he was instead met with packed suitcases. Ruby was leaving. "I won't let the scandal ruin my career and my family's name," she said coldly. Mark pleaded, explained, tried desperately to convince her of his innocence, but she refused to listen. She walked out, leaving him alone in the wreckage of his reputation. That night, Mark collapsed on his sofa, exhaustion gripping him. He awoke to his landlord standing over him, holding two letters, one from postman and one from himself. "I can't have you staying here anymore," the landlord muttered. "No one wants to live in a house tainted by such news." The eviction was swift. Mark barely had time to process it before opening the other letter. His suspension had been lifted, but only to inform him that he had been fired. The company deemed him a risk to female employees. To his horror, the woman who accused him was promoted to manager, the position Mark once held. In the days that followed, society turned against him. His neighbors shunned him. His pastor suspended him from serving in church. By the time his trial arrived, Mark barely recognized himself. The verdict? 10 years in prison. 3 years passed behind cold prison bars. Mark was nothing more than a ghost of the man he once was. Meanwhile, the woman who accused him had risen in her career. But suddenly, a mysterious illness overtook her, a sickness with no cure. Desperate, she turned to traditional healers, who told her that her suffering was a result of the lies she told. Only confession could free her from the torment. The next morning, unable to endure it anymore, she rushed to the police station and confessed that she had falsely accused Mark. The officers advised her to return the following week, when the judge would reverse the sentence. But guilt gnawed at her, and she couldn't wait. She contacted Ruby and told her everything. Overcome with shame, Ruby agreed to accompany her to the prison to see Mark. Upon arrival, they were met with chaos. Ambulances and police vehicles crowded the prison gates. "What's going on?" Ruby asked, her voice trembling. A prison officer, looking deeply troubled, replied, "A prisoner drank Sniper last night. Didn't wake up this morning." The word struck her like a hammer. As the lifeless body was carried into the ambulance, the officer turned to them. "Who are you here to see?" The women answered together, "Mark Ejiofor." The officer paled. "That body in the ambulance, that's Mark." The accusation, the shame, the isolation, they had all destroyed him. In the end, His spirit broke before the truth could set him free. The woman collapsed in tears. 2 officers stepped forward. "You're under arrest for false allegations, perjury, and obstructing justice." As she was led away, Robbie could only stand there, sobbing uncontrollably. Was it the system that failed him? His wife, who abandoned him? His employer, who discarded him? Or the colleague who orchestrated his downfall? Maybe it wasn't just one person. Maybe the world killed Mark. Mark's story is a haunting reminder of the power of lies and the destruction they can cause. The truth may set us free, but sometimes the damage is already done. As we go through life, let us be mindful of our judgments, the words we speak, and the consequences of the actions we take. For in the end, it's not just one person who suffers, it's the whole world. If you found Mark's story as powerful and eye-opening as we did, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories that explore the complexities of truth, justice, and human nature. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, because sometimes the most important lessons come from the most unexpected places.